Hi Scorpio, welcome back to the channel. How are we? I can't believe it's April 2019 already. Oh, and by the way, excuse me, I am extremely sick. Oh, okay, so Two of Pentacles, the Ten of Pentacles, little back and forth about what we want, our success, our values, our family. Because we want more out of something than what we have. Earth and water energy coming up here so far. Okay. Oh, okay. The Lovers reversed, the Five of Cups, and the Two of Cups. Well, okay then. Some of you are going back to an old relationship, an old connection. Some of you are finally getting over the guilt, shame, remorse of an old breakup, an old connection, or an old friendship. Some of you have dealt with this for too long now. And it's time to move on. It's time to change your perception of the situation. Maybe quit blaming the other person so much. Maybe look at yourself a little bit more too. This is getting a little specific because that's what I'm getting off of this. So I apologize. It's time to free yourself, Scorpio. Some of you are struggling a little bit on what to do with a job, a career, or a family situation. I would say family, money and inheritance. Maybe you're going through a separation or something because of you want this love. You want things to work out. You wish things would have worked out differently, but they didn't. And now you are left to kind of pick up the pieces. So far you have Gemini energy coming up here and Capricorn energy. What's going on, Scorpio? Not sure whose reading this is for. If this isn't a love thing, this could be a relationship, a choice that you have to make that you're kind of stalling on, but it's really looking like a love thing with the Knight of Cups reversed. Because of this situation, you are now hanging out in Fearville, in Codependencyville, in our Addictionville of the devil. And love is love is love is pain. Some of you could be dealing with another water sign here, possibly a Cancer, or a Capricorn, or one of the other signs that I named, if it's not a Cancer. If this Knight of Cups isn't you, this person is like dreamy, and the sex might be great, but it's like a trap every time. And it's time to move on. It's time to go from this Capricorn devil town to the North Node, which is in Cancer, the Chariot, the intuition. It's time to use your intuition and get along with this divorce, or broken commitment, or leave this religion or this church or whatever. I'm not really telling you to, I guess, but you know. The Hierophant is our beliefs, religion, spirituality, family. This could definitely be a family thing. What do you value, Scorpio? What do you value? And Jupiter is going retrograde in your second house of your values, your beliefs, your income, your self-worth. And you are starting to realize that you are worth more. You are worth more than this. You are worth more. I know you want this cup, but you're worth more than that cup. Or maybe that cup is your worth, and you're starting to realize that you are worth more than this asshole or whoever the fuck this is. You have Cancer, Gemini, a water sign, Capricorn, the water sign could be you, and Taurus. Some of you could be traveling to like foreign lands. Some of you could be going on a big journey when it comes to education. Some of you could even just be getting a new car. Maybe your car broke down. I don't know. But the biggest thing happening this month is these Capricorn transits. The South Node, Pluto, and Saturn all in Capricorn, which is your third house, Scorpio. So this is the house of transportation. This is the house of your skills, your learning abilities, your communication, your neighborhood, your neighbors, your close friends, your intelligence, your speaking, your childhood school, cousins, siblings, etc., etc. Now is the time to speak up. Say what's on your mind. Say those opinions. And you're starting to see that. You're starting to see that you're worth more than shitty friendships that may be coming back around this month, probably the first or second week of April. There could be a broken commitment here with a Cancer or another water sign or a Capricorn or a Gemini, like I keep saying, but you are going to be facing some fears when it comes to your learning, how you speak, speaking up for yourself, your opinions, facing people that you feel like are trying to exert power over you in some way. And you're sick of not being heard. Knight of Wands reversed is falling out here. Some of you could definitely be traveling this month. Could definitely be dealing with something to do with transportation. Ooh. There are some things that will be exposed to you. Some people, some things coming to light, some change happening that you are going to see now. That has to do with your security, your self-worth, and your independence. It's going to be abundantly clear what you need to change and how to do that during Aries season. If you're dealing with a fire sign, I know there's like a lot of different people here, guys, and I know all of you aren't going to be dealing with these people. But because I'm reading for a sign, you know, this is like different energy coming up for different ones of you. But if you are dealing with a fire sign or a Leo, there's some kind of change that's being put off, especially when it comes to money, self-worth, etc., etc. This is self-worth. And some kind of change is either being put off or is going to happen suddenly. to do with your self-worth around the 2nd or 3rd week of April. And you're going to have to be able to speak up and have bravery to be able to get out of this loop. Some of you could be in a constant loop with an air sign. Star flipped over here. Things are coming out this month. Things are going to be exposed. People, whatever you come out with, whatever truth that you are coming out with, whatever opinion that you are going to have to be brave enough to come out with, people are not going to like it. People are not going to fucking like it, Scorpio. It's going to gain you exposure, yes, but because the world is reversed, it's not the kind of exposure that I think you're going to be expecting or that you're going to want. But what matters here is your self-worth. That's what matters here. They don't matter. The people don't matter. And this thing that you're juggling to do with either family, other people, your values, your job, your career, whatever, I'm just getting like a very discontent kind of energy. Like, another fire sign coming up here. Stand your ground. Woo! Stand your ground, Scorpio. People are not going to fucking like it. And you may find yourself healing from an old dream or situation. But speaking your truth, possibly about an air sign or a Leo, something that you've been hanging on to for a while, is going to help set you free. Standing up for yourself, even though it's going to be shocking and this tower is going to fall and people are not going to like it, especially this air sign. Like, some of you are dealing with an air sign or someone that has air in their chart. You're exposing something and people are not going to fucking like it. As far as your astrology goes, Scorpio, like I said, this is bringing up fears this month to do with speaking your opinion, to do with your how people view you and your own self-worth. Not standing up for yourself, not taking charge, not being the change, not changing how you view yourself. You're sick of not being heard. You're sick of not being able to speak up. You're sick of holding in your opinions, holding in these secrets, holding in, sorry about that, Scorpio. You're sick of people walking all over you. You're sick of people underestimating you. And I get it, you know, like I completely fucking get it. It's time to be honest. It's time to speak your truth. And yes, it's gonna cause like a domino effect. But you're gonna get to the point where it's either you are bottled up inside and you can't live with yourself and your self-worth is suffering, or speaking your truth and letting other people feel however the fuck they want to feel about it. You can't control their feelings. You can only control your feelings. So this is gonna have a lot to do with social media. Because the 3rd house is technology. This is going to have a lot to do with your learning, speaking up, like I said, letting go of old skills or techniques that you've learned. There's someone doing some really shitty shit here that you've been keeping to yourself. Could be a Leo or an air sign. I would say more of an air sign. And you've been keeping it in and letting them do what they do, but it's like you're done. This also could be still referring to the other water sign, the Taurus, the Cancer, the Gemini, the fire sign, the earth sign. I mean, whatever. But by speaking your truth, by working on your own self and your own values and your own self-worth, Cancer is where the North Node is at, and it is in your 9th house of a higher purpose, a higher knowing, etc., etc. And like I said, people aren't going to like it, and there's some healthy competition here, but it will settle down. It will settle down. So, yeah, this could be with the North Node in the 9th in your 9th house. This is a higher knowing, a higher purpose, higher education, foreign lands. This is seeing a whole new, bigger perspective of things, but getting rid of all this gunk from the past. All these things that you've been keeping in for other people is going to help you get there. It's going to help you understand why it all had to happen. It's going to help you reach a higher level of being. And you're going to be so grateful for that higher level. You're going to be so grateful for that larger knowing. And you're going to be like, why didn't I do this sooner? So, Venus and Mercury will be in your 5th house, giving you all kinds of, oh, look at that, creative energy. This is great for starting new projects, for communication, love, pleasure, matters of the heart, meeting someone if you're single. Mars will be in your 8th house, though, of other people's money, other people's resources, your partner's resources, taxes, the energy to transform yourself, your sex drive, etc. Woo! There's definitely some exposing going on this month. The leaving of old social circles. The information coming out that you are not nurturing anymore. Now you have Virgo energy coming up here too. You have a lot of cards here, Scorpio. So yeah. Mars in the 8th could definitely help you get shit done in those things of your life, of taxes, resources, your partner's money, etc. And then also your sex drive. It can definitely heighten those things and give you energy to do those things, help you get those things done. But it can also create stress, a little bit of stress in some of those areas. It's not going to be anything too bad, so I wouldn't worry about it. And then Aries, we're in Aries season right now. Aries is your 6th house of health, daily routine. So you're definitely going to, there's definitely going to be a little bit of a focus on your health and your emotional health. A healing of sorts. So yeah, Scorpio, that is pretty much what I am seeing here. The juggling of possibly 2 jobs or 2 families or 2 friends or the juggling of something, the juggling of values, something physical, maybe money, and not knowing what we want, or us wanting something real, something spiritual, something creative. Some of you could have a creative block, and it looks like that will come to an end. Being able to not get what we want because it's not good for us, or being able to go get what we need because we need it. There is some breakups of friends or romances or whatever going on here, some old connections that we are finally moving on from and leaving behind, that we have waited a long time. We've been trapped for a long time in this. And we are finally getting the balls to move forward, to leave this commitment behind, to leave that part of our life behind, or to leave that family member behind, or to finally file divorce, or end the divorce, or go on a trip, or whatever. There is some stress when it comes to money, some worry when it comes to money, or something physical coming in, especially if this is a transportation issue. It looks like it will come in. It may not be how you expect it though. Because with this transit, it's going to start taking away things that it could possibly start taking away things that you use that help you define yourself, in order to give you new things, to kind of humble you, or to kind of show you a different thing to use, a different thing to learn, a different value to have. We could be exposing something to the public that people are not going to like, saying something in public that people are not going to like. And the important message here, I think, is to stand your ground. Let change happen. Let people get pissed off. You will recover, and you will find your tribe somewhere else. You will find your dream somewhere else. And then we went over these, like if there's an air sign being fucking sneaky, that did some shit that you've been keeping in for way too long, I think it's going to come out. Possibly from you or someone else. And then you have the Empress towards the end of the month. Creative projects, standing in your creative energy, using your resources, getting rid of old friends or social circles or jobs or whatever that you have been trapped at for way too long, because the information is now coming out. Okay, that is what I'm getting for you, Scorpio. It seems like it's going to be a little bit of a crazy month, a little bit of a roller coaster of a month. Let me know how this relates to you and your life down below. You guys know I love to hear about it. If you haven't already, go sign up to be a Patreon member, part of the Hot Mess Squad over on Patreon. That is where I do weekly readings for each Patreon. That is a $10 Patreon and up. I also do weekly love readings for each sign. If you are a $5 Patreon, you get those. If you are more than that, you get everything under it, if that makes sense. Just go check it out if you want to learn more. There's going to be information up in one of the corners with the little eye, and there's information down in my description box below. I will see you guys during the weekly live streams, and I will see you guys in May. I cannot believe it's already almost May. Like, what the hell is going on? I love you, Scorpio. Have a great month. Stand up for yourselves.